tip is going to be about foundation matching. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's really hard to match that foundation. And when you're not really comfortable and confident that way, then it's really hard to book those appointments. So one of the things that I've learned over time is we all have a different skin tone. There's a yellow skin tone, undertone, pink undertone, and olive undertone, and of course bronze undertone. Now within those, and then it's like, okay, but how do I figure that out? Who's a pink undertone? Well, this is some questions that I've learned to ask until I got really confident learning about people's skin tone. So if I were to ask you, when you get out in the sun, do you burn? Do you burn and then tan? Or do you just tan? Well, people who burn is usually a pink undertone. Those are very fair skinned people. Often they're redhead or blonde, but they're very fair skinned, and so when they get in the sun, they burn. They don't tan afterwards, they go back to their natural color. Yellow undertone people tend to burn and then tan. Okay? So I'm a yellow undertone. And then a olive undertone, people usually don't even burn. They just tan. Okay, so you're kind of getting it. So what I've done is, well, one of the things I did is I found a really great foundation chart. Now on this side it shows all of the different foundations, and if you used to wear, say your client wears a cream to powder beige 1, then it goes across and will tell you that you could use a beige 1 tinted moisturizer, a beige 1 liquid foundation. Now, it's not always going to be beige 1, beige 1. It's going to change. But then the magic of this chart is on the back. It has an undertone. So this undertone chart shows pink undertones, ivory 1, ivory 3, ivory 6, yellow undertones, ivory 2, ivory 4, ivory 5, and then beige 1, olive undertones, which start at beige 5, 6, and 7, and then our bronze, our golden orange and our warm brown, bronze colors. So this made a huge difference to me because I would get frustrated when I would put someone in maybe ivory 4 and it didn't look right. It needed to be darker. So I would go to ivory 5 and that didn't look well. That wasn't quite dark enough. So I'd go to ivory 6. Well, guess what? Ivory 6 is pink undertone. So we went from a yellow undertone ivory 5 to a pink undertone ivory 6, and that did not work. I'd go to ivory 7, it's still pink undertone. Until I found this chart, I didn't understand the color, the undertones, and the numbering system for our foundation. So now I know if, first of all, I ask them those questions, or now I can tell myself if they're a pink undertone, which tends to burn, remember? If they're a pink undertone, then I know where to start. If they're pretty light complected, I may start at ivory 6. If that doesn't work, I'll go to ivory 7 and then beige 3. Got it? That made a huge difference to me. I keep this chart everywhere. I keep this chart by my phone where I take orders or I call my customers. I keep it in my starter kit. I keep it in the place that I keep my foundation. So now let me show you the next thing. The next thing we did was label all of your foundations, and it made a huge, huge difference because I can glance at my labeling at my foundations and see which colors I should even start with. Now, if you notice, if it has a pink line, it means that it's for normal to dry skin. It's our luminous foundation. If it has a purple stripe, that's a matte foundation. That's really for people who tend to be oily, and the matte's going to help give them a matte finish and absorb some of that oil. So our labeling has ivory, IV, 5, medium. So the yellow background of this label shows you that it's a yellow undertone. The olive undertone or the green undertone of this label shows that it's an olive undertone, beige 7, luminous, pink and L for luminous. and then the pink label, Ivory 6 Luminous. So it helped me tons to be able to recognize my foundation. So then it became, I used to keep all the ivories together, all the beiges together, and then I put them in my little carrying case, and this is the Quilted Trio bag that you get on section 2 in Mary Kay for only $13. It's professional, it's easy to carry, fits in my starter kit. And then what I've done is all of my pink undertone foundations are in this zippered bag. All of my yellow and olive undertone foundations go in here. And it's okay if they don't stay in up and down position, because I can glance through this little bag and see the colors that I'm looking for. So here again is my undertone, or my chart, my undertone chart. And then what I've done, and something you can do also, especially if you don't have a full line of all of the liquid foundations in testers for yourself, what I've done is taken all of the samples and clipped them together. These are all the pink undertones. These are the yellow undertones, olive undertone, and my bronze undertone. Now, I don't have a lot of bronze clients that I do a lot of facials on, so I don't have those in full-size testers. I simply use my my bronze samplers for that. But I promise you, using the chart, it sure helps me be able to pick the right color from the beginning. So I hope you're excited about this. Let me tell you a little tip about the labels. I tried it, of course, on labels, cut them so they would fit. Guess what? Labels will not stick to the plastic tubing. So the best thing I've done is I've print this on a nice white paper, cardstock if you have it, but you don't have to. Then I cut it out to fit, and then take clear tape. Don't get the magic tape, but get clear tape and tape over it, and it works perfectly. Okay? I can't wait to hear your success stories of matching your foundations and feeling bulletproof.